People find it difficult to trust doctors. They find most of the hospitals quite commercialized.
Earlier, there were small practices. People used to think doctor is a god, but now god thing has shifted into a devil thing. In my practice, like as a doctor, what I've learned over a period of time, patient need to trust me. Once they surrender to me, it will be beneficial for them because surrendering is like healing.
Meet Dr. Neeraj Sanduja, a retina expert with 25 years of experience, founder of Viaan Eye Center, and the doctor thousands trust to bring their vision back to life.
अभी recently एक patient आया हमारे पास, a diabetic patient, around 50-year-old male. मैंने patient को check किया, dilate किया और हमने देखा कि उसकी eyes के अंदर bleeding हो गई है because of diabetes.
You know, I was reading something and it says by 2050, 50% of the population would be dealing with myopic challenge that you just spoke about. So are schools causing myopia?
The thing is, more and more screen usage, yes, it increases progression of myopia. This has been seen. Children should be given less and less of screen usage in schools curriculum also. We need to change our environment also. Like the kids should be motivated to go outside, play outside in their curriculum itself, because the more they are exposed to sunlight, it helps in slowing down myopia.
Has it happened with you that while you are looking into somebody's eyes to check the medical condition, but it conveyed something metaphorical to you? Dr. Saab, such a pleasure having you here.
Thank you, Gaurav, so much.
Thank you so much for accepting our invitation and be our guest.
Thanks.
You know, one of the questions that I often ask is to all my guests, that who are you if I take away your title of being a doctor? So would really want to understand who Niraj is before he became Dr. Niraj.
I think there is no difference when I was not a doctor and I have become a doctor. I have become ophthalmologist, then I became a retina specialist. But inside myself, I am the same Niraj. I don't find any change in myself. And this is what I am.
You know, at the same time, it's like I just told you before this conversation that my niece is a doctor. I have a few friends who have been in this practice for quite some time. You have to go through so much of hardships in terms of you get to see life from close quarters. Like most of us will never get to see the pain, the agony that patients go through. In all these years, what has shifted the way you look at life, you look at yourself, you look at others? What has shifted for you?
I think the first and foremost thing which every doctor should have, and I think over a period of time that gets inculcated into us, is empathy. Empathy for the patient and empathy for everybody who is around you. That is what gives you the vision or a mission to treat your patient well. You don't have to sympathize with the patient. You have to empathize with the patient. If patient is coming to you, you have to listen to them. You have to look into their problems. You have to look into their anger, frustration. You have to make them calm. And I think that is what we have seen in our life. And that is what we have evolved over a period of time.
Yeah. So let me throw a bomb right now, a truth bomb at the start of this conversation. You know, today if you look at the condition of medical facilities in the country, or the way people look at the medical industry, people find it difficult to trust doctors.
Very pertinent.
They find most of the hospitals quite commercialized. And here I'm sitting with a doctor who's talking about trust, who's talking about empathy, who's talking about we need to listen to our patients. What is it that we as common man missing in this whole?
Actually, see, this corporatization of healthcare sector has brought in lot of mistrust amongst patients and doctors.
Yeah.
Earlier, there were small practices. People used to think doctor is a god, but now the god thing has shifted into a devil thing.
Yeah.
So I think to some extent, doctors are also responsible. And overall, the scenario has become like everything is being looked from patient perspective as like doctor is fleecing you,
Yeah.
even if he or she is writing some investigation, whether they are really required or not,
Yeah.
whether some treatment is being offered that is really required or not. So earlier I used to get angry with my patients when I used to tell them something and they were not believing me. But then I started thinking from their perspective also. I think they're right. Because sometimes you get fleeced also.
Yeah.
So in my practice, like as a doctor, what I've learned over a period of time, like patient need to trust me, and how the trust will come, I have to be very transparent, very honest with the patient, and I tell them if they want to have second or third opinion from any government hospital or anywhere, they are free to go and
Yeah.
then come back to me. Once they surrender to me, it will be beneficial for them because surrendering is like healing.
Yeah. It is
I'll give
like
my
healing.
best, but they have to trust me, and trust brings relief actually. So I think over a period of time, we also as doctors, we are also looking into those things like how to build up patient-doctor
Yeah.
trust, and this is a mutual thing. I think things will improve over a period of time.
You know, do you see a difference between people who have their own practices and people who are working with all these commercialized hospitals? Because they say that in all these commercialized hospitals, all the doctors have their own targets. They have to keep a track of how well they are delivering, not only in terms of taking care of their patients, but in terms of numbers.
See, Gaurav, actually, I have not. I'm into corporate, but I'm a visiting consultant to some corporate hospital. So I have not faced any such target-like thing, and I think it will be difficult for me to comment upon that, like how things move. But one thing is for sure, like if you are running some hospital like a business,
Yeah.
so that business things gets transformed into something financial. But as our like small hospitals, we involve a lot of passion also, compassion also into our work. So
Passion and compassion.
it's very important. And I tell you one thing, if you are doing your work honestly, then there is no way like you will go down. And this transparency, integrity, empathy, honesty with the patient, it will pay you as a doctor in a long run. It will pay.
Yeah, yeah. Dr. Sab, you run a hospital. It's known as Viaan, Viaan. I mean, what led you to start this hospital? And what does that mean when you say Viaan?
Viaan basically means first ray of sunlight. This is what I
So
read.
beautiful.
And when I built up this hospital around 10 years back, I had something like what should be the name of my hospital. So Vision Eye Hospital or Vision, like all this is so familiar, so monotonous. So I thought I should bring some good name to my hospital. So my wife name is Vinita. So Vinita came from, VI word came from Vinita, and my son's names are Arnav and Abir, then N was the last I one. So it was a family name which I integrated into Viaan and put up as my clinic name.
And how does that inspire you?
It's been lucky for me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Tell us more about that.
See,
How has been your journey for the last 12 years?
see, actually I started my practice in 2000. In 2000, I came to
So
Delhi.
it's been like
Yeah, I've been into practice for the last 25
25
years. So I came to Delhi. I didn't know anybody. I was the first doctor from my family. I finished my fellowship in Vitrio Retina and FECO from Shankar Nethralaya, Chennai.
Yeah.
I came to Delhi. I entered into Shroff Charity Eye Hospital. Daryagan, somebody told me go over there. There is some vacancy for eye doctor. I went there as a retina specialist. So I gave my interview. I was selected there. So I was a consultant and in charge of retina unit over there for next 4 years. So I did well. I built up that department of Vitrio Retina. They used to do around 18 surgeries in a month. I built up that surgeries to 45 retina surgeries in a month, which was one of the largest that time. In 2000, I'm talking about. In 2004, then I joined a group practice, Delhi Retina Center in Delhi. Then I moved to Gurgaon in 2010. In 2012, I built up this hospital,
So it's been
Viaan.
15 years now.
Huh.
Viaan.
So this Viaan was started in a small area of around 700 square feet. area. Then I was doing this part-time practice, sitting in the evening and then building up over a period of time. Now we have a facility of 15,000 square feet area, exclusive Viaan Retina Center, and we are seeing around 100 patients, 80 to 100 patients daily, which is a good number of patients, and delivering good services to our patients.
Yeah, yeah. You know, in my practice as a coach, I get to work with entrepreneurs, I get to work with professionals, I get to work with change makers and artists as well. And if you look at, you know, your role and about different role. An artist looks at the world through a very different lens. An entrepreneur looks at the world through a very different lens. A professional looks at the world through a very different lens. In your practice, you are an artist and a businessman as well. So what is the difference between these two roles? And how challenging is it for you?
Even doing surgery is kind of some artwork.
It is an art.
So, and this art, and see, people are gifted as a surgeon, I would say.
Yeah.
And you do improve your surgical skills over a period of time also. Both the things are true.
Yeah.
So, giving good surgical results, or like as a clinician, your diagnosis has to be good. Everything patient has to go off home in a healthy manner with healthy eyes. This is important. But as far as the business is concerned, you have to look at the financial side also. Okay, so in my experience, I said empathy. Okay, the second thing is the patient experience in your hospital has to be good.
Yeah.
Patient is coming to you right from the beginning when he is entering into the hospital, from the guard to our reception to the optometrist to the patient caretaker, and ultimately coming last to me. It has to be a really smooth, pleasurable experience for the patient.
Absolutely.
That is what I look into.
Absolutely.
There are so many good eye hospitals surrounding my areas, but what I give to them additionally is good experience.
Is an experience. And I think the world is moving towards an experience economy. You know, the other day I was sitting with a friend of mine who happens to be a dentist. His name is Dr. Lal. So I was sitting with Dr. Lal, and he has been a friend for 20 years now. तो 20 साल से हम बहुत अच्छे दोस्त हैं. तो the other day I was talking to him. I said, Dr. Lal साहब क्या चल रहा है आपकी ज़िंदगी में? कहता यार, what I've started to realize is that people look for experiences. I said, tell me more about that. He said people are very clear about in setting their expectations right, where they sit, what kind of ambience is there around them, what they smell. As you were talking, कि आपके hospital में ओम का chant चलता रहता है. Tell us, why would you have the Om chant in the hospital, in your hospital? What does that do?
Actually, in our practice now, patients have to wait for a little longer time because this is not one-to-one contact with the doctor. Patient has to go through reception, registration. Then he has to wait for the optometrist to be seen, and optometrist will do the vision, eye pressure checking, then maybe dilatation also.
Yeah.
30 minutes of dilatation, putting drops, then he is coming on to me.
Yeah.
So this Om chanting, it gives a very soothing message to the patient in their mind. They feel at peace if their eyes are closed.
Yeah.
So they don't really bother about waiting for a longer period, though they are being told, like you will have to
Wait
report
for
at
30
this
minutes,
time, and checkup will take around 30 to 60 minutes, then doctor will see you. Everything is being explained. So communication is very important, and the experience of sitting in a very peaceful manner with chanting around gives very soothing experience for the patient.
So, you know, you should have a mission statement at your hospital that at Viaan, we don't only deal with eye impairments, we also allow you to take a deeper dive within and get the clarity of your vision through Om chanting.
That comes automatically. Even the patient, they come to me, and sometimes the volume is less. They said last time chanting was very clear. Please raise the volume. This is what they say. And every day, at least 5-7 patients will tell me, sir, coming to your place is so soothing for us.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. So, Dr. Saab, ek baat bataiye, what are the myths that people have around this whole world of eyesight, eye impairment, sight impairment, that you would want to burst today, that you believe is your responsibility as a doctor?
Jay. Actually, people have a myth like if they have 20 by 20 vision, 6 by 6 vision, everything is good.
Yeah.
And they don't have to go to any eye specialist for their regular eye checkup. See, 20 by 20 vision is like you are able to see at a certain distance what a normal person can see. But you don't know what exactly is happening in your eyes. Because 20 by 20 doesn't mean like you will not have any eye problem. There could be so many other problems happening in your eyes like age-related macular degeneration, glaucoma, kala motia, cataract, सफेद मोतिया, या इवन और भी प्रॉब्लम्स हो सकती हैं आपकी, तो जो एक रेगुलर आई एग्जामिनेशन से हम पिकअप कर सकते हैं. और एक दूसरा मिथ बहुत बड़ा है, जो पेरेंट्स आते हैं बच्चों के साथ, उनको ग्लासेस का नंबर अगर हम बताते हैं लगाना है, तो दे हैव अ डाउट, डॉक्टर साहब अगर मैंने इसको ग्लासेस का नंबर लगा दिया फिर तो लाइफ टाइम लगाना पड़ेगा. See, if your child requires any glasses number, that has to be given. Because if he or she is not using his glasses, his vision is not clear, he will not able to perform in a class. Because if he is sitting in the back bench, he will not be able to write down his homework also. He is not able to see clearly. And you will think the child is lazy. He is not, is not diligent into his studies. So उसको बच्चे को बोलेंगे अटेंशन स्पैन नहीं है, क्या नहीं है. तो ये चीज़ें बहुत ज़रूरी हैं. एंड पुटिंग अ ग्लासेस हैज़ नथिंग टू डू विद द इंक्रीज और डिक्रीज इन नंबर विच इज गोइंग टू हैपन इन फ्यूचर. सो दैट मिथ हैज़ टू बी ब्रोकन. लाइक इफ यू नीड ग्लासेस नंबर, इट हैज़ टू बी वॉर्न.
You know, आपने कहा कि 20 by 20 vision है या 6 by 6 vision. Tell us more about that. What does that mean?
20 by 20 is like 20 feet.
20 feet.
हाँ, 20 feet is 6 meter.
Got it.
So this nomenclature, like whether you write 6 by 6 or 20 by 20 is same thing.
So that means from a distance of 20 feet, I should
whatever,
be able to see things.
See things. Actually, there is a format, like we have a Snellen vision chart where some letters are there. If a normal person has to see that chart clearly, other person also should be able to see that chart clearly. If he or she is not able to see, then we need to put glasses number, check why the vision is less.
So let's take one step forward. You know, these days people are glued to screens. I mean, most of the times, as much as I'm shameful of telling you this, but that's what the reality is. That's what the truth is for me. That most of the times when I wake up, the first thing that I do is I look at the screen. The last thing that I do is, at times after my meditation as well, I look at the screen, right? And we are glued to screens. What is the impact of sticking with the screen throughout the day onto your eyes?
See, now everybody is looking at the screen. Whether these are kids, whether these are adults, whether these are senior people or elderly parents also, everybody. So, sometimes it is because of your profession, you are looking at the screen. Sometimes it is because of your kids, they play video games also, they are glued to the screen. And sometimes you are free, again you start looking at the screen, you are chatting, socializing through this digital media. So almost everybody is glued to the screen, and it has become an addiction for all of us. So you are saying what could be the side effects of that? There are so many adverse effects of that. One thing, when you are looking at the screen, you forget to blink. In a minute, you tend to blink 15 times, 20 times. We are talking to each other, we are blinking also. And this blinking is not like with pressure. This is spontaneous blinking. When you are glued to the screen, you are just staring. You forget to blink. So it means your lids are not closing. So it leads to evaporation of tears and leads to dry eye. And as the day progresses, you feel your eyes are getting tired, they are becoming watery, they are becoming red, and then you have to constantly rub your eyes. And then sometimes it happens so bad, like you are not able to concentrate on your screen also. So we call it digital eye strain.
Digital eye strain.
Or computer vision syndrome. Means any digital device can lead to these symptoms. And the smaller the screen, worse it is.
And what could be the possible way to deal with this? So because most of us, we have got, as much as I would hate to say this, that we don't have a choice, because I personally believe that we always have a choice. Considering the work that we do, what are the possible ways to deal with this?
See, one thing is very clear, like you have to reduce your digital usage time. So whatever office work is there, you have to do that. Or whatever kids have been assigned with their schoolwork, they have to do that. After that, you reduce your digital usage. One thing is that. Second thing, you have to follow the rule of 20-20-20. It means after every 20 minutes, look at things which are 20 feet away for 20 seconds. Blink your eyes, then start your work again. Because it relaxes your eyes. You're looking at something far away.
And you have to blink both the eyes together, not one.
No, it is. I told you, you don't have to like blink your eyes. You have to blink, and it should be spontaneous. So very important.
Yeah.
Taking breaks are very important.
Just a naughty side of me is showing up. It's like as young boys, when we were younger, even younger, right? Looking in somebody's eyes can make you fall in love with that person. And here's a doctor whose full-time job is just to look in somebody else's eyes.
Correct, you are.
And these days people talk about filters, people talk about blue glasses. I mean, do they really help, or is it just the pharma industry, or the industry is just promoting their products left, right, center?
See, the role, some studies have shown beneficial effect, some studies have shown ambiguity. So, in my opinion, see, we should understand what the logic is, like blue filter glasses. See, when we are looking at the screen, there is blue light which is emitting from the screen. So, that blue light, it falls on the retina and it interferes with some hormone, melatonin hormone, which is a like sleep regulation hormone.
Melatonin.
So, melatonin.
Okay.
So this hormone formation is dysregulated, and then it affects your sleep cycle. So I will suggest the people who are using screen at night time, they should not be using that, and preferably use blue filter glasses so that the blue light rays should be cut off, and you should not have that sleep deprivation cycle, which can happen because of that.
Yeah. As I'm just listening to you, I'm also contemplating the impact all these screens might have on younger generation. And because these days, children as young as 3 or 4 years, I mean, I call them the iPad kids. They are stuck with the screens, and even the companies are making episodes and cartoons in a way that they don't want to get distracted, not even for a single second. They are so much glued to that. And if you ask them, would you like to have a glass of water, would you like to have milk, they would not even listen to you. Or even if they listen to you, they would not look at you and respond to you. They'll say, nah, I don't want that. What could be the possible impact it might have on younger generation that we are not even considering right now?
Very important question, actually. There are, I think, 1 billion people, 2 billion people who are myopic, having nearsightedness all over the world.
2.2 billion people
2.2,
worldwide.
And this is going to be 5 billion by 2050. So you can see the enormity of this problem. So many myopic people. And the kids who are glued to the screen, all these kids are in growing age. And more they are glued to the screen, it will lead to more chances of myopia progression.
Shucks, man.
Minus number glasses they will have to use. And after this COVID thing, I've seen so many parents coming to me, like, my child is not able to see clearly in the class, and teacher has pointed out. Because see, in a house we have rooms of 10, 12 feet. So the child is able to see clearly whatever is there, even if the vision is less.
Wow.
But in schools, classrooms are much bigger. So if the child is sitting at the back seat, he or she is not able to see clearly. And mostly, teachers are in that position to tell parents, like, your child is having some problem.
So ironical.
So ironical. And I will suggest one thing, like, all the schools, they should provide vision screening
Very early.
in their schools itself. That facility should be there.
Yeah.
If it is not there, then the parents should bring their child for vision checkup whenever the child starts going to school and start recognizing alphabets. It's very important.
It's a huge concern that if it's not addressed right now, can cause quite an epidemic that we might not be able to manage.
It is going to be a big health problem.
You know, I was reading something and it says by 2050, 50% of the population would be dealing with myopic challenge that you just spoke about. You say right now, almost like 1 billion people could be prevented to go in that direction.
Absolutely.
Doctor, what is it that we are missing out here? I mean, and how come we are not taking it seriously? Is it optional or?
See, you have rightly pointed out, like this is going to be a major health problem in future. Right now also it has become a health problem. So even All India Ophthalmology Society with Government of India is taking steps to formulate strategies how to control this myopia. And for this, I think recommendations will be given, like the children should be given less and less of screen usage in schools curriculum also. And second thing, we need to change our environment also. Like the kids should be motivated to go outside, play outside in their curriculum itself, because the more they are exposed to sunlight, outside light, it helps somehow in slowing down myopia also. So all these factors, because this is going to be a major problem. See, we are going to have more myopic eyes, so it will be a major economic problem for the country. Because one person out of 10 can have some major debilitating vision problem.
Wow.
So it is going to decrease the productivity of that person. And also, the treatment cost will also increase, because myopia brings in so many things, like you need to use glasses number, and the glasses number need to change every year. So a lot of economical burden over the patient. Sometimes myopic patients, they can develop sight-threatening problem also, like choroidal neovascular membrane or even retinal detachment also. So the incidence of retinal detachment, CNVM will increase, and your financial burden will increase for the country.
So are schools causing myopia?
See, I will not put directly onto them, but the thing is, more and more screen usage, yes, it increases progression of myopia. This has been seen. So because your eye development takes in that manner, if you are looking at some near things for a continuous period of time, so it affects your eyeball growth. So that is what, like, we need to come back onto the books and giving breaks also, exposing them outside. This is very important.
So let's take one step forward. You know, these days people are going for laser surgeries, what we call as LASIK, right? Are they safe? Because, you know, my niece went through laser and she's very happy. But at the same time, when we requested my nephew, hey, why don't you go for that? He said, no, I've heard it could be really damaging for your eyes. That's what he told me.
See, removing glasses number with the help of LASIK or ICL or any kind of refractive surgery is not so damaging for the eyes. This is what has to be understood. But before undergoing any surgery, as a doctor, we do certain tests to look at the feasibility of the operation, look at the safety. So all these things, safety. This is what is important. So whenever we plan LASIK for any patient for glasses removal, first we check corneal thickness. Second thing, age should be 18 years of plus. Third thing, number should be stable for at least 1 year. Because we are assuming that nature is not changing your number now onwards. Because if number is changing, then it is not a good idea to do surgery, because you do surgery, it will correct the number at that point of time, but again it will come back because the number is changing. So
these are some
vital points. Also, your retina needs to be checked, because myopic patients, they are more likely to have some thin areas into retina, like lattice degeneration or sometimes retinal holes also. So all these things have to be looked into. If retinal holes are there, they need to be lasered, they have to be welded before undertaking any LASIK surgery or ICL surgery.
You know, they say that your eyes are the doorway to your soul. But at the same time, I've heard कि यार किसी की आंखें देख लो तो आपको पता चल जाता है कि उसके अंदर क्या गड़बड़ी चल रही है. You know, it's like my mom used to tell me कि इसकी आंखों से पता चल रहा है इसको जॉन्डिस है. What are the other diseases that could be revealed looking at somebody's eyes?
देखिए ऐसा है, जो आपने जॉन्डिस के बारे में बात की, जॉन्डिस इज बेसिकली येलो डिस्कलरेशन, दैट bilirubin pigment, there's some pigment, bilirubin pigment is there, which gets deposited in our eyes, our skin, so the skin looks yellowish, and our sclera looks yellowish. There are so many other problems also where we look into eyes as ophthalmologists and we detect. I've seen so many patients coming to my clinic where I tell them, like looking at the retina, back part of the eye, where some bleeding is happening in both the eyes. I tell them, are you diabetic? कहते नहीं सर, हमें ऐसा तो पता नहीं है. I tell them, okay, get it checked, and sometimes they come out to be diabetic because looking at it. Second thing, blood pressure. So many people after 40-50 years they develop blood pressure, but they don't get themselves checked, so they don't know, and they think like हमें तो कुछ हो तो रहा नहीं है, तो BP कैसे हो सकता है? It's not true. Your body adapts to so many things gradually over a period of time, even if BP is shooting. So even blood pressure can lead to bleeding into the retina. And anemia, if there is blood loss, even anemic patients, leukemic patients, they have some changes in the retina. Even the optic nerve shows some changes. We pick up sometimes tumor also, brain tumor also. I look at the optic nerve, I see some swelling, I ask them any problem you are having. They say, I'm having a little bit of headache. I tell them, you get your MRI done, and sometimes it comes out to be like meningioma, some tumor of the pituitary, so many things. So your eyes give reflection to your inside body also. Diabetes, hypertension, some tumors, leukemias.
You know, when you deal with these kind of diseases, at least it allows you to see these kind of diseases and thus pain for humanity. Has it happened with you where you start to question, okay, why am I doing what I'm doing? And or now it's enough? कभी ऐसा हुआ है?
See, as a professional, we have emotions also.
Of course.
Everybody has emotions. But sometimes when you are working for the patient or seeing the patient, that sympathy should not come for the patient. Empathy should be there. So I think what as a doctor, as professional, we are delivering to the mankind, we should remain professional. We should not bring emotions into them, and we should keep doing whatever we can offer to our patients as a professional.
You know, sometimes I would love to sit with you and understand how have you mastered that, because I find it very difficult. The space that I'm into, I end up having conversations with people, and people talk about the different pain that they are going through.
It happened with me also. I think I have cried once or twice also when I was not able to give what I wanted to give to the patient. It has happened me long years back.
Tell us, what was the
There was a young
incident?
lady who was having retinal detachment from a very poor family. I operated on her. For young patients, if they develop retinal detachment, chances of success are little less than adults, elderly people. So I operated on her, then surgery didn't go off. Surgery went off well, but again she developed retinal detachment. Again I operated on her, but again she developed redetachment. And her mother was crying when I told them like this is not going to work. So this was also emotional moment for me. I also cried. Tears came out from my eyes. It happens, you are also a human being. But when we are treating the patient, then that point of time, we have to cut down all emotions. We just have to look into the patient eye. We have to give the best. If the emotions come, your hand should not fickle. Everything should be done in a very professional way.
You should be totally in the moment, addressing what needs to be
Yes,
addressed. Yeah.
that is what is important.
You know, people talk about, of course, cataract is one thing which is quite common.
See, cataract is सफेद मोतियाबिंद.
Safed motiabin, and then
And glaucoma is काला मोतियाबिंद.
kala motiabin.
So these
And
are two
kala
different things.
motiabin is considered to be very dangerous. Tell us what happens in that process.
Okay.
Why is it considered so dangerous?
See, glaucoma or kala motia. Its other name is silent thief of eyesight. आँखों का
Silent thief of eyesight.
eyesight. आँखों का काला चौर. नाम ही वही है. What happens in glaucoma? There is there is certain eye pressure, 10 to 12 10 to 20 millimeter of eye pressure, which is there within the eye, and it helps maintain the shape of the eyeball.
Okay.
There is some constant formation of fluid within the eye. We call it aqueous humor from the ciliary body, and it maintains the eye pressure. And there is egress of this fluid through some trabecular meshwork out of the eye.
Okay.
So there is constant formation and constant egress, which maintains the eye pressure 10 to 12 millimeter of mercury. In glaucoma, what happens? The passage, egress of this fluid is less because of the trabecular meshwork narrowing. Means the passage is clogged.
So that means the intake of water is more than the outflow.
Yes,
okay.
Correct.
Okay.
So the pressure in the eye starts building up.
It's like a balloon, right?
It's a balloon.
Yeah.
It is not able to rupture. Eyeball is very strong.
Yeah.
So the impact of this eye pressure comes onto the optic nerve, which is one of the weakest area which gives way. So the optic nerve, there are millions of fibers, nerve
That
fibers.
would be really dangerous.
So what happens? These nerve fibers, they get damaged, they get atrophied, and usually the vision doesn't go. It's a very gradual process. In glaucoma, mostly there are no symptoms.
There are no symptoms.
Yes.
Wow.
80% of the cases there, because the pressure is building up gradually, and patient is not experiencing any symptoms. And patient experience symptoms later on when the vision goes. That is why we call it silent thief of eyesight. So very important thing is, whenever there is any family history of glaucoma, or you are 40 plus.
You have a family history as well.
Yeah, family history means you are more prone to develop glaucoma.
Okay.
Any sibling, your chacha, mama, parents, brother. So anybody having, you should get your eyes checked. And after 40 years of age also, we tell all patients, means everybody, all people, like you should have your eye checkup at 40 years of age. Because after 40 years of age, chances of cataract, glaucoma, everything increases. And in glaucoma, sometimes symptoms are also there, like you get acute pain in the eye when the pressure builds suddenly.
Yeah, of course.
Then eye become red, you lose your vision. Because the meshwork is clogged, and then clogging is very acute, then you lead to high intraocular pressure, then it leads to symptoms. But 80% of the cases, you don't have any symptoms.
Wow.
Symptoms can be in the form of like, you can say halos around light, or when you're driving, the light gets scattered.
Yeah.
And sometimes you get redness also, your vision starts getting blurred. So whenever you having these symptoms, you should get for your eye examination done.
Yeah. And what are the other common diseases related to this that people come to you for?
See, people come with this computer vision syndrome, digital eye strain.
Yeah.
People come with myopia, high myopia. People come to me with retinal detachment also, especially after trauma, with high myopia. And a lot of people, they come with diabetes related problem.
Tell us
Diabetes
about that.
is like an epidemic now. After 50 years of age, you can say 1 out of 4 people have diabetes. It is becoming an epidemic. And we have the largest population of diabetics in the world.
Yeah. I mean, India is considered to be the diabetic capital of the world.
I think 54 million, or how many people are there.
Wow.
So diabetes is an epidemic, and we see a lot of patients having diabetes related problem in eyes. See, the major impact of diabetes is in the retina. In the retina, you have a problem called diabetic retinopathy, where the blood vessels of the retina,
Diabetic
retinopathy, where the blood vessels of the retina, they start bleeding, they are leaking, and they burst, leads to multiple retinal hemorrhages, multiple cholesterol deposits in the retina, and sometimes the eye is full of blood, and it can lead to retinal detachment also, and ultimately glaucoma. It can lead to glaucoma also. And this glaucoma is kind of irreversible. So
it's irreversible.
Irreversible means like it leads to significant loss of vision, and you can become blind also. So diabetes is one epidemic like myopia, which needs to be addressed, and all diabetic patients, they should have their fundus. Fundus examination is basically retina examination at the time of diagnosis of diabetes.
You know, before we talk about, let's say, diagnosis or what could be done, Let me just take one step forward, backwards, and understand what are the early signs that we should consider that it's high time you need to get your eyes checked. What are those early signs?
See,
As one is, you said, okay, if your eyes are paining, right, if they're getting red, what are the early signs?
other things which should not be ignored actually. Any sudden loss of vision, whether it is painful or painless, it should be shown immediately to the doctor. Any flashes of light, you see some bulbs are flashing into your eyes, or you see any floaters, cobweb like, dot like, thread like things moving in front of your eyes, get your eyes checked immediately. Any acute pain and redness coming in your eyes, you have to report immediately.
Yeah.
So all these things are very, very important. You should not neglect these things because they can lead to total loss of vision.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, just take me to your clinic or to your hospital. Take me when somebody came to you and said that, know what, 4 days back I had a severe pain and then suddenly I could not see anything. Because I know 2 people at least in my life. They said that one day we woke up and I could not see anything. We went to see a doctor, and despite multiple visits, the condition continued to remain same. I'm sure you have witnessed these kind of situations more than that. Tell me, what was the scenario in that room when the person came to you and said, 3 days back, my world shifted. Sit down.
अभी रिसेंटली एक पेशेंट आया हमारे पास, अ डायबिटिक पेशेंट, अराउंड 50-year-old मेल. उसकी फैमिली के सब लोग आए कि हमारे फादर की जो है विजन एकदम से चली गई, सुबह उठे एकदम से. तो मैंने पेशेंट को चेक किया, डायलेट किया, और हमने देखा कि उसकी आइज़ के अंदर ब्लीडिंग हो गई है बिकॉज ऑफ डायबिटीज़. एंड उसने कभी अपना रेटिना चेकअप भी नहीं करवाया था पहले कभी. He was a diabetic for a long time and he was not controlling his diabetes also. So all these patients who don't control their diabetes, they land up in such problems. So we did the ultrasound and we planned surgery for that patient, vitrectomy after a few days, and the patient got back reasonable amount of vision, and he was told to keep his diabetes well under control because everything is related to diabetes. If you don't keep it under control, then again bleeding will happen.
So diabetes could be that threatening.
Yes, and even myopic patients also. I had a young patient, young myope, having sudden loss of vision. Parents panicky, like what has happened to our child, and that guy developed retinal detachment because of high myopia. And that also is rectifiable. We did operate on that patient and the patient got back his vision. But sometimes it happens like patient loses his vision, we are not able to give him back. It happens when the central retinal artery, a main artery which supplies the retina, it gets blocked. And if we are not able to do something in 4 hours, if that blockage is not removed or it doesn't go off, then sometimes the patient loses his vision permanently.
You know, your eyes are extremely fragile. A little sharp whiff of air, you cannot handle that. And here we are talking about operation, we are talking about surgery, and you are an expert in surgeries. I'm sure people bring to you certain concerns. They might not be comfortable undergoing a surgery. How do you handle that situation? What do you tell them? What do you show them to give them an assurance that it is safe?
See, your reassurance, your verbal communication with the patient is very important. And patient, if surrenders to you, anything can be done. And this is all we have done, we have learned over a period of time, how to communicate with the patient, how to build up that trust in us. So many people come to me कि मेरी मदर है, ये फादर हैं, ये तो अपनी आइज़ को टच भी नहीं करने देते हैं, ये तो लेट भी नहीं सकते हैं 10 मिनट के लिए, आपको आई सर्जरी करनी है. और यूजुअली वी डू आवर सर्जरीज, कैटरेक्ट सर्जरी, अंडर टॉपिकल एनेस्थीसिया. मीन्स वी जस्ट पुट अ ड्रॉप ऑफ anesthetic drop. We don't give any injection. We just keep communicating with the patient, and it's 10-15 minute surgery, and the surgery is done. And once the surgery is done, patient says, "Oh, it was so easy." So it's all about communicating with the patient, winning their trust, and then operating on them.
You know, creating that psychological and physical space, as you mentioned, where the person is willing to trust you and walk with you for that 10-15 minutes, which is not at all easy. Let's look at what's happening in the world. There are people who might say that I've got 20/20 vision, I've got 6/6 vision, right? They are really healthy right now. What is it that you would like to recommend to them that will allow them to have that healthy eyes and healthy sight for themselves?
See, I will recommend to everybody, like we should have a regular eye checkup done. And when that checkup should be done, despite having good 20/20 vision, is like all the kids who are going to school, they should have their regular eye checkup at least once in a year. If vision is all right, maybe after 2-3 years. But if something is wrong with their vision, then every 6 months. For adults, I say if you have a family history of glaucoma, then early checkup. Even in 2030s also.
Or diabetes.
Or diabetes also, early. But if you're 40 years of age, then you should go for your regular eye checkup. And this is not only glasses number, this is all about your cornea, lens, retina, eye pressure, and fundus examination, everything.
Every time when you say, if you are above 40, suddenly I experience a sense of sulking within me. ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है?
Nothing. See, actually, we should take it positively. Like you are being sensitized towards something.
So true.
Yeah, because you can have any problem in your eyes which can be picked well in time. Even see, after 40 we say, like you get your eye health checkup done. So it is part of your health checkup. And we should not take it in a very negative manner. We should take it positively, like it is a preventive eye checkup.
Yeah. They say that everyone should taste their own pills at times. Right? What do you do to take care of your eyesight?
See, as an eye specialist, I also get my eye checked every year. And when I'm watching on the screen, I'm just in habit of conscious blinking.
20.
Yeah, actually, I'm not looking at the screen for a longer. As a doctor, we keep seeing.
You are one of those lucky guys. You don't have to look at the screen. You can only look in somebody's eyes.
I'm so happy. And second thing, I don't sit in my chair. I shift from my chair to another chair to look at the patient, then come back to my chair to explain to them. Because sitting at one place also leads to so many problems, health problems also. So we should be continuously moving also.
Yeah.
And this is how I take care of myself.
One thing, for example, one of those companies which is creating waves in the startup world is Lenskart. And they've been able to scale it up, the business, to an extent that not many people anticipated a few years back. There's a lot of disruption happening in the space of any industry, be it medical industry. What do you think? What kind of technology advancements or AI advancements that you can anticipate that you're thrilled and excited about?
See, as far as the optical things are concerned, this is totally different from ophthalmological perspective. This is totally different ballgame.
Okay.
So AI has nothing to do with the optical thing. This is totally different. But in ophthalmology, artificial intelligence is coming in a big way.
Okay.
It is helping us in telemedicine.
Okay.
Where we are screening the patient at a far off place by help of some layman or some technician whom we have trained, some optometrist. So they will take some fundus camera pictures, and this fundus camera, they have artificial intelligence. They will pick up the things, whether the patient is having any glaucoma or any diabetic retinopathy changes or some age-related macular degeneration changes. So from there, the report can be generated and the patient can be told to visit doctor's clinic if any doubt is there. So this is how we are able to reach into the periphery also, treating, means having preventive eye checkups also, screening them and bringing to the main center for their curative treatment.
Beautiful. So you can actually reach out to second, third, fourth tier cities as well,
and
where few years back it could be possibly difficult for you.
Yes, and this artificial intelligence, it cannot totally replace your clinical sense, but it helps you augment your clinical skills. Because as a human also we are likely to miss something, but putting both the things together will be helpful for the patient treatment
perspective.
perspective.
The overall quality of services that we are offering.
Obviously. And even these robotic surgeries have come up, like femtocataract surgery. This is in an evolution stage actually, and we are looking into building up artificial intelligence, robotic assisted surgeries for the vitreoretinal diseases also. So
I'm
eventually,
sure many people would have asked this question from you. Do you think it's going to impact the overall business for you? All these robots coming in this space of surgery.
see, actually, the patient cost for the patient will increase. If there is additional cost of the robot, that has to be transferred to the patient now.
Yeah.
So overall, the cost for the patient will increase, but there is certain sector where you can do whatever we are doing as a clinician as of now. We are also delivering good result when there is no robot as of now. So experience, your clinical skills, everything is important. Even robot also has to work as per your clinical expertise.
So true, so true, so true. You know, I asked you this question and we took it in a direction of finding different diseases, challenges, medical challenges the other person might be facing, be it brain tumor, be it sugar. But I told you, right, your eyes is a doorway to your soul. Has it happened with you that while you are looking into somebody's eyes to check the medical condition, but it conveyed something metaphorical to you? The person might be dealing with some kind of depression or some kind of sulking or anything that probably the patient did not communicate to you, but the human in you picked that up. कभी ऐसा हुआ?
देखिए पेशेंट कई बार तो हमारे पास आता है तो वो हमें टेस्ट कर रहे होते हैं. डोंट टेल अबाउट देयर प्रॉब्लम्स, दे आस्क ओके सर लुक इनटू माय आईज एंड टेल मी लाइक व्हाट प्रॉब्लम आई एम हैविंग. So this also happens. Some of the patients, they want second or third opinion and they don't divulge whatever has been told to them. So this happens with us, and we do encounter people who are having some like psychological issues also. Then we have to pacify them and make them comfortable with us, listen to them, communicate with them, and look into the real problem after that.
Okay. You know, Dr. Sahab, you also spoke about reversal. कभी ऐसा हुआ है कि मतलब किसी की eyesight वापस आ गई हो? You know, it's like where the person is able to see their family members, their parents, their children after 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years.
ऐसा
And it happened in front of you. How was their reaction to life? I mean, just suddenly you wake up one day and now you can see your parents.
See, it happens usually after doing some intervention only. I had a patient who came to me from Iraq around 3-4 months back. He had a high tension wire falling onto his face around 12 years back, and he lost both eyes vision and his face was totally disfigured. He underwent multiple plastic surgeries, though he was not able to see, but he was more concerned how other people are looking at him. So he came to me just 3 months back. He had one eye totally gone, totally scarred. I was not there. Other eye, he had cataract with some corneal opacity. I offered him to operate for cataract, and I told him, like, you may or may not have some vision. I'm not sure, but this is the least I can try for you. And he was totally blind, means he was just able to see the light. That's all. I operated on him with great difficulty, and the next day, patient was able to see his son.
Wow.
And
After
he was so
12
thrilled.
years, you said.
12 years. He said, after 12 years, doctor, I'm seeing my son. It was so thrilling and so satisfying for me also to give vision to somebody who has not seen his family in the last 12 years. And coming from some patient who has no vision with both eyes is so gratifying. It makes your life so meaningful, like you can give something to the patient.
I'm sure. I'm just trying to understand. How would that be for that gentleman who's able to see his family after 12 years?
Yes. It is so much of gratification.
I'm sure moments like this, आप भी जाते हो भगवान जी कहते भगवान जी, thank you. What a beautiful space that you have put me into.
I think we say, we treat, he cures.
So I've got a special rapid fire round for you. Right. I'm going to ask you a question without blinking your eye. You have to answer me, right? Without thinking as well. Okay, so the first one, glasses, contacts, or LASIK. Your pick.
Glasses.
One food you recommend for better vision.
Green leafy vegetables.
Okay. Top three tips for healthy eyes.
You should not be using screen for a longer period of time. You should get your eyes checked once you're 40 plus. And if your child is going to school, get his eyes checked.
Got it. What's worse for your eyes, smartphones or late night reading?
Late night reading.
Eye exercises, real results or just feel good?
Eye exercise gives good result in terms of improving your muscle tone.
Eye floaters, should we ignore it or should we worry?
Not at all. You need to show to your doctor.
And the last one is sunglasses, style first or protection first?
Protection with ultraviolet rays protection.
Super. Thank you so much, Dr. Saab. Thank you so much for being so kind and sharing your experiences. Be it who Dr. Niraj is when he's not being a doctor, to sharing those beautiful episodes of your life when you were instrumental, when you treated somebody who could see his family after 12 years. It has been an absolute joy, quite informative and educated at the same time, sitting just next to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
It was an
Gaurav.
absolute pleasure having you here.
Thank you so much for calling me over and giving me this opportunity to be with you. Thank you so much.
Shukran. Thank you.